why do women pay for men now? And why do the men go for the women that pay?
Where this happening at?
Wait,
what women is paying for men?
I need more context on your question. I need a little bit more context. Do you mean pay for dates, or do you mean overall taken care of?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. They do it. I seen it. I witnessed it.
I didn't seen it too. I seen it too.
Are they
so
in
you
Houston?
saying why?
Yep, it's a lot of them.
Our men have changed.
Do you mind
Our
pointing
men
them
have
out?
changed.
Hold on, speak to that. Our men have changed. What do you mean?
Our men have changed. Like, I feel like a lot of men went from being full-on providers from back in the day to now they want more too. Like, they feel like, I want to be spoiled. I want to be took on dates. I want to be courted, and they forget their role as a man. And don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with taking your man on a date. Shoot, I take my man on a date all the time, treating him sometimes. But overall, a man is naturally supposed to do more than a woman. And so, yeah.
Well, women have become more goal-oriented and more career-driven. So the dynamic on both sides have changed. So, and it's easier. I know a lot of men don't feel comfortable with dealing with women who may make more money than them, but it is easier to just allow them to do that versus you trying to be the big man, like, oh no, I did this, but you ain't got no money in your pocket. So
absolutely.
I mean, you have to play the game, and either you're gonna be with somebody who makes money and you can understand that they do, or you cannot, and that's totally up to you.
But I'm not okay with meeting no man that ain't got nothing. Okay? Because you gotta court a woman to take her on a date. You think I'm finna come pick you up for us to go on a date? How is that you leading as a man?
And that's why I need context on the question. Do you mean 50-50, going half as far as the woman paying for the man, or you mean paying for everything for his lifestyle? Which one you talking?
See, now y'all being messy.
That's what the nurses be doing.
Look, see, now y'all being messy. I just came here to
Can I ask you a question?
I just came
Listen,
to dance.
because I know
you got to answer, do you mean like 50-50?
I don't believe in 50-50, so I don't like it. No, they take care of everything. If I said, why do they pay? I'm talking about why do they pay? They believe, let's just say this.
Okay.
You have a man that's in a relationship, right? And that relationship may be a little bit going through hardships.
Okay.
And then here comes along another woman.
Okay.
She paying out the gate, but she know that you in a relationship. Hey, don't do it.
He must got the golden.
She ain't never
Got the Midas touch.
But listen, she ain't never had it yet. They come out the gate paying, baby.
In Houston?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you. I'm looking. Thank you for your
Well, a
question.
lot of women like tricking because it's easier to control men that way.
Facts.
Ooh,
So
can we-
Men are becoming a new women with that, though.
So why do you want to control a man? Why not allow
many
a man?
reasons. Hold on, time out. Let's-
Do what we want.
Hormonal imbalances.
But why not allow a man to be a man and do what he needs to do for you versus you coming out and paying, hoping that he does what he needs to do in a long
Let me
run?
hold on. No, I got
ways.
this. Here's the thing. I believe certain women are doing what toxic men have been doing for ages, which is, hey, I don't want to work on my character. I do not want to be emotionally in tune. I don't want to do the give and takes of a relationship. So I want to be in a relationship where the power dynamic is so shifted towards me that she has no choice but to stay with me. And there are so many women right now that don't want to up their own emotional intelligence, because a lot of women think that they're emotionally intelligent, but they're really not. They don't want to be softer in their communication skills. Yeah. They don't necessarily want to be quote unquote submissive in relationships. So what they do is they find a man that feels like she's the catch, she's the blessing, and he's lucky to have her. Because when you get a man that depends on you financially, then you can talk to him all kind of different ways. Let that woman
cheat on him.
Hold on. Let that woman get with a healed man. She wouldn't know what the
thing is, you say cheat on them, but the one that they already got and the one that they trying to get and the one that they paying for, they still cheating.
Hey, hold on. This seems personal. It seems like it's coming from it's a real place here. It's a real place. It's something going on.
With my friend.
Okay,
So
your friend.
Yeah. Cockroach.
This is personal.
Cockroach. No, I seen it. So I'm asking, so why, when some women, if you, what they say, have the bag, why are you coming out the gate spreading the wealth versus...
One more thing, because I get your question. Thank you for your question. I appreciate your courage for asking this question. And I'm going to let you guys get the last stab at it. But here's the thing. That PhD you got don't mean you're not insecure on the inside. You know how many women come to this mic talking about all their accolades and what they got, the house, the crib, the car. You done graduated your college magna cum laude, but you get stupid as for a man that can make you cum laude? It's because just because you book smart don't mean you street smart. Just because you got all those different accolades don't mean that your self-confidence is where it needs to be. And oftentimes in career-driven women, I gotta talk to you all. You put a lot of your attention on the books, climbing the corporate ladder, that you haven't really tuned in and fine-tuned your relationship skills. So when you meet a man you think you better than because your accolades say so, that man has been in relationship after relationship after relationship. He's dated way more, so he's running circles around you when it comes to this relationship thing. So I want to ask you guys, the same amount of attention that you are putting into all these things you are accumulating, are you also putting that into your self-confidence? Because you're going to need that when you need to walk away from somebody. Are you putting that into establishing new boundaries? Because you're going to need to enforce that shit or people going to take from you over and over again. But far too often, you are hiding behind a degree and you ain't got a degree of sense when it comes to a relationship. Anybody else?
I got one,
Or a job.
one
You
more
forgot
thing
a
to
job.
that. Part of what you were saying, it's almost like in women in position of power, when they choose a man in that type of frequency, it's almost like they know this man is gonna fuck up. And they get to rest on the validation that comes from being with a man that's constantly fucking up. So when they go to their homegirls and they go to their sister circles, they constantly get that dopamine hit of being a victim. And even in positions of power, validation is still at the top of the list. Y'all still looking for acknowledgement with the six-figure check, with the great job. Y'all still want somebody to be able to see y'all because so many women have went such a long time not being seen by men in different ways. So of course, let me pick this one over here that's always gonna have me in a position of being seen, at least by my sisters, so I can complain about it. Comes down to that too.
Did you have any?
Yeah, and black women and the black community has been bombarded by feminism, and feminism took a lot of power away from femininity. So a lot of us have been convinced that being masculine and leading the way and having the bag, which is what a man should generally do, is what makes us, powerful. But really, as a woman, as a black woman, there's so much power in femininity. And again, the black community has been bombarded with rhetoric telling black women that you should step up and be the man. You should step up and get it done. Your men are too weak. You need to do it. They've convinced us that our men are too weak. And a lot of us will say, okay, you know what, I give up. And instead of being a better feminine woman, let me just be the powerhouse masculine woman that the world is telling me is that I should be. So.
I got a challenge. Is it because they wanted to do that? Or it was a void left from people not filling that role?
Definitely that part.
So what happens is, I don't necessarily want to be the breadwinner. I don't necessarily want to be the leader. I don't necessarily want to be the head of my household. But the man I slept with left. I have a child. He not stepping up. I get it. We not in a relationship no more, but why does that mean you're not going to see your seed? And then we're now saying, okay, well, you're being more masculine. I got the seed because I got to teach my son how to be a man. And it ain't one in this household. And then I got to discipline him. And then I got to prepare him for this world. So I got to be harder. So then now when I go to date, I'm dating brothers that don't understand that the reason I'm as hard as I am, or one of the reasons, is because your brother left me by myself.
That's still a choice though.
Huh?
And that's where the lack of healing comes in at, because we just talked about that first question from my brother H. We'll be real fast to go to that next relationship and not have done none of that work. And you talked about a woman in that position. We got a lot of brothers out here that's willing to stand proxy, and it may not even be romantic. I know so many different men's circles that's helping the young brothers that may be with single women. There are avenues out here for those women that feel like, I gotta be hard. We seen that work. How many movies we gotta watch? How many straws we gotta sit through before we figure out this shit? What's up? We ain't even watch it. We ain't want to put ourselves through that trauma. We heard what was popping. I ain't want to see that. But we know it don't work. These women know it don't work. So at the end of the day, it may be up, but it's still a choice on their behalf.
I agree. All right, so we got our next question.
Woo-wee. Woo-wee. So what you got to say about this? Why do women be out here paying for men, and why do the men be wanting the women who be paying for them? What you thinking?
I think that, I don't know, maybe the woman is just that lonely where she is just willing to pay for the guy and make it really easy for him and whatnot. And a lot of women, especially these days, they be having great careers. It's a lot of women out there, especially black women, who have great careers, making great money, doing big things. Big things. And maybe, they feel like money ain't a thing. And hey, if I gotta come and get you and take you out, hey, I'm gonna do that. Maybe that's why. But I think I don't know. I think it's pretty silly. It's pretty silly. And it kind of, it's going to give you a caliber of men that you may not really want, But some women, they have such, big careers, making big money. They probably don't mind, paying for this man. They probably feel like, hey, I don't want no guy telling me what to do. I want to call the shots. So if I got to pay, that's what I'm gonna do. But I don't think it's smart. What you think?
Yeah, it's not smart. I just think that's backwards. Why would you want to do that? You paying for a man for what? That don't make no sense. And what man would be what real man would just be comfortable with being paid for? Like, I don't know. That just sounds strange to me at the end of the day. I'm all for women, having their careers and doing what they do. I think everybody should level up and do what they want to do. It doesn't matter if you make it more than a man or whatever. That's not it. But at the same time, they should be able to equal you to some degree. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out here, oh, come on, you can sleep on my couch and they borrowing your car. And it's okay with you. You need some $1,000 a day. I got you. It's like, what are we doing at the end of the day? It just doesn't make sense. I just think, there needs to be some type of equal balance and, y'all both can be in y'all careers and pay for each other and love on each other. It's not just a one-sided type of situation, But some men, though, Tyrone, gonna be okay with it and try to take full advantage of you and doing what you do, and you gonna keep simping and falling for it at the end of the day. So I don't know. I just leave that alone. Find somebody who can match your energy and match your career, your money, and what you got going on.
Well, what you got to say about the women who feel like they don't want a guy to be paying for them because they want to call the shots and they want to have a level of control over their spouse?
That just ain't how it go. Clearly, you know what I'm saying. You just gonna end up lonely and by yourself because nobody want to stay in them situations. At the end of the day, you might be able to control stuff at work and everything else, but don't no man want to be controlled by a woman, and that's just a miserable life. It'll last for a quick second and don't nobody want to do that. You gonna end up by yourself or crying and boo-hooing and stuff. Just leave that alone and leave the leading to God, then the man, then you can be good to go from there. What you think?
I feel it. It's out of order. So anything that's out of the order of God, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. So it might be fun, calling the shots or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just a waste of time. You're just wasting time. The person ain't ever gonna really truly appreciate what you have done for them, and they're not gonna treat you any better. They probably gonna treat you worse. It's just out of the order of God, and it's just a waste of time. So that's just what I think.
I agree completely. Yeah, don't waste time. Life is too short, and yeah, you ain't got time for that. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
And I think if you have a desire to want to be over someone or to call the shots in that way, I don't know. I think you should definitely think about praying and doing a fast to get yourself, in order, because that's not really normal to want to do that.
It's true. It's true. Mm-hmm.
That's the video, y'all. Check out stamps-tv.com. So much content on there. It's free. And we also got club stamps as well for some extra, content. Okay? So check it out.
It's true. And while you're on there, go ahead and visit that Shop Stamps Apparel tab. We got great t-shirts just like these, hoodies, jogger sets, all different types of stuff on there. So go ahead and get you a little something.
And check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab. So much to offer. We got shampoos, protein treatments, deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, hair oil, hair grease, whip shea butter for the body, lip liners, and our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a wash and go hair system. I got it in my head right now, okay? But you can also use it for single twists, single braids, and perm rod sets. It's thebomb.com, honey. We out.
See y'all.